My name is Wendy York. I have been a beauty guide with Lime Life Battle Cone for a little over a year. Just been absolutely, hands down, the best year of my life. I became a beauty guide. I decided to get on this wild ride for a completely selfish reason. It had nothing to do with helping pay bills. It had nothing to do with my children. It had nothing to do with my family. It had absolutely every single thing in the world to do with me. I'm a stay-at-home mother by necessity, not necessarily by choice. I love it that I get as much time as I get with my children, but I really, truly enjoy being a working mom. So along comes Lime Life, and this really, after a lot of years of just 100% devoting myself to everybody around me, this has given me another outlet. This has given me back, I guess. I have made myself a priority by becoming a beauty guide, and it has paid off tenfold. Like this is beyond what I ever expected to get out of this. So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm so excited. Eyeshadows is by far, besides a hot pink lip, that's my #1 jam. But aside from a hot pink lip, eyeshadow is really what I enjoy when it comes to makeup. I've always loved makeup. I'm not a professional makeup artist by any stretch of the imagination, but I have always been a lover of makeup. And thank goodness I've always had a little bit of bravery when it comes to makeup. I'm not afraid to try something, a strange color, a bold color, something that I don't usually wear. And Lime Life eyeshadow, when I say that I've always been a lover of eyeshadow, I have tried all the brands, I've tried all the goods. And I have to say, hands down, Lime Life has my heart. 50% pigmentation, which I think is the greatest thing about it. It's 50% pigmentation. And what does that mean? That means less fillers, less binders, which sounds really fancy, right? But what does that actually mean for you? What that means for you is you're getting a much more intense, better, like a higher color payoff. So your shadows that you buy is going to be nearly a lifelong investment because they ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I think I've only had to refill 2 colors, and I do a lot of eyeshadows. I have a lot of one-on-ones. So my shadows get used. They are well loved and well used, but I've really only ever had to replace a couple of my blending colors. Other than that, everything you can see, you don't even see pan on most of these. So they're going to last a long time. That's what 50% pigmentation does for you. Another thing that I love about our eyeshadows is it's Leaping Bunny certified. So if you have a soft spot in your heart for animals, that should tug at your heartstrings quite a bit. It's our makeup is Leaping Bunny certified. If you are a lover of the earth, we are all a lover of the earth, right? So the packaging that the eyeshadows come in is 100% recyclable. If you are a girl power woman, then you are my jam. But let me tell you this, if you're familiar with the Brighter Together Foundation, anytime you refill an eyeshadow, you can choose to opt out of getting a brand new palette. And when you do that, because you wouldn't need, if it's a refill, you're going to pop your refill into your large palette. This will come with it when you order a refill. But if you opt out of getting this, then Lime Life is going to make a donation to the Brighter Together Foundation. And that is all about girl power all day, every day. So those are just a few of the things I really like about the products. I want to jump in and start using some of this stuff. One thing I do want to show you first really quick. Another one of my favorite things, because I am kind of known among my friends as being the cheapskate. I don't like to spend any more money than I have to. So if you go to just one of your local stores and you were to buy an eyeshadow palette, there's always the 1 or 2 shades that are your favorite. And they're obviously your favorite because you run out of those and then the other shades are still full. What in the past I've had to do is I kind of put it in the drawer for a while because I feel guilty throwing it away. I don't want to just throw away product. But the only way I can get a refill on my favorite shades is if I go buy the whole entire palette all over again. Not with Lime Life, not here, sister. So what's going to happen is if you were to buy a 4-shade eyeshadow palette, a 6-well eyeshadow palette, if you'll notice back here, there's little dots. All you need to do is stick a bobby pin or a pencil, the shade that you are out of. You're going to pop it out of this magnetic palette And then when your new one comes in, you just put the new one in. So you only have to pay to refill your favorite shades. No more wasted product, no more wasted money. And then your new one comes in, you just pop it in, it's magnetic, nothing falls out, no money wasted. That is most definitely my jam. We have 52 shades. That includes mattes, shimmers, foils. If you're unfamiliar what a foil is, it's going to give you sort of like a metallic look, very shiny look to your lid. A shimmer has particles in it that's going to reflect light. So when you hear shimmer, think sparkle. It's going to be a little bit of a sparkle, and matte is just a flat shade, just a flat, no sparkle, no shine to it. If you have, and this is me, so know that I'm not pointing fingers, I am talking about myself. If you have fine lines on your lids, if you have crepiness to your eyelids, I caution you with shimmers and foils, because those can actually sort of enhance a crepey eyelid, which really upsets me because I love bold lip colors, I love bold eye colors, and a lot of times that's metallic ones. So I'll work it in a little bit, but I do have to be very cautious with how I use those. So that is, let me jump into putting on a little bit of this eyeshadow. So I'm going to kind of take you guys through skill level wise. Let's kind of go by skill level, because not everybody is really comfortable with bold colors, lots of colors on the lid, because that a lot of times takes practice. But I'm going to challenge each and every one of you. If you currently only use one shade of eyeshadow on your lid, I want you to start using two. If you only use two, I want you to try to work in a third color. And it just takes practice. It is not a tattoo. You can wipe it off and you can start all over, or we can blend. You can always, always blend. So if we're just going to go with basic. Now, I call this basic, but I wear this look all the time when I want to get me a little bold red lip going on, you know, got like a date night with my boo. I will do this every single time with a bold, bold red lip. If you'll find just a neutral, and when I say neutral, I don't mean like a brown or a green. Neutral to me, when I'm saying neutral, I mean not a tone that is lighter than your skin color, but also not a tone that is bold. So based on your complexion, on your skin tone, find a shade that is slightly darker, where you're going to still see the color pay off, just slightly darker than your skin tone. So I love, love, love In Sequence. That's like, and for me, that's a neutral one. You'll see I'm not lying to you when I say I do this a lot, because you can see the pan on that one. So all I'll do is I'll take this on the lower half of my lid, and it's just going to be very basic, like literally just on the lower half of my lid. Hopefully y'all are able to see. This is why I used my phone instead of my laptop. I'll take it up to my crease and then a little above. And let me tell you why I do that. And this is a problem that a lot of women have. If you have this issue, please do not know that you are not alone. I have a hooded lid. A lot of us do. And what that means is the upper half of my lid covers the lower half of my lid. So a lot of times the colors that I put into my crease completely disappear when I look forward. So what I do is I just take that above my crease. So that way, when I'm looking at you, then you can still see that color. It doesn't disappear into the hood of my eyelid. So we've got that. And then what I'll do is I'll go in with a highlighting color. And my favorite one is shade number 1, Sweet Dreams, which I think is a lot of ladies' favorite blending color, Sweet Dreams. And I'm going to make sure I clean this off. If y'all don't have one of these, Limelight does not offer one, but they're super cheap on Amazon, and it's a must if you're switching between colors. It just gets the product right off of your brush so you can move right along to the next color. So I'm going to highlight up here near my brow bone, and that's literally all I do. Every now and then I'll dust a little bit on the lower lash line, but when I'm doing a bold lip, it never fails. My date nights are always a bold red or a hot pink lip. So I'll downplay my eye because I don't want it to compete with my lip. Bold lip, neutral eye, bold eye, neutral lip. And that's all I do. Sometimes I'll throw on a wing eyeliner, but really to me, that is just a very, very sexy, if I do say so myself, with a red lip and just a very easy peasy eye. Let's kick it up a notch. So we're going to move into, this is what I want to do with you guys. And I'm not going to wipe off every time. This is the only time I'm going to wipe off. I want to do purples on this side and we're going to do browns on this side. And again, we're just going to work through the skill levels. One thing I really, really would love to see every woman do is to prime their eyelid. One, because it's going to keep your eyeshadow from creasing. But two, it's also going to increase your staying power on your shadow. So I'm just throwing on a little bit of Concealer Zero. You might have your own favorite eyelid primer, but if you're already using our amazing concealer, just throw that onto your eyelid as a primer. And after that, I will go in with, again, a lot of times I'll use Sweet Dreams, but just something that's very similar to my skin tone. So I'll use either Sweet Dreams or I'll use something like Cream Boat, which is just like a beige. It's very similar to my skin tone. And I throw that on top of the concealer just to set that. So not only is that going to keep my eyeshadow from creasing, but it also just gives a really good canvas. I feel like this gives me a lot of blendability now that I'm ready to put some color on top of it. So we're going to do purples on this side, browns on this side, because I feel like in my one-on-ones, those are the two colors that everybody reaches for. Either they gravitate towards purples or they gravitate towards browns. So when you're building your palette, please reach out to your beauty guide. But what I suggest that you do is it never fails, you'll find like two colors that really appeal to you. But if when I'm talking about tone, talking about comparing it to the shade of your own skin, I want you to have a gradient in your palette. You need to have something that's lighter than your skin tone. You need to have something that's very similar to your skin tone, and you need to move up through the gradient. You need to have a bold color in there because you're going to start wearing bold colors. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I have primed my eyelid, and then I'm going to jump in with sort of a neutral purple, and I'm going to have to speed this up because we are going to run out of time. Y'all could talk about eyeshadows for 14 hours. Okay, so a neutral purple, this is Gilded Lily. I'm going to put this into my crease, again, blending it upwards a smidge so that it shows. When you apply your eyeshadow, it's best practice to look with your eyes open so that you can see what your audience is seeing. If you put it on like this and then you look forward and it disappears, then nobody can see it. So look forward when you're applying your eyeshadow. Let me switch over to a neutral brown. And if you are a brown lover, I would definitely suggest Taupe for the Best if you are similar in skin tone to me. I'm going to throw this in my crease over here, again, blending just outside of my crease so that it shows when I look forward. And I would say that this is a step up in skill level from what I just did with the very basic eye look. Again, blending, always blend, go back. Sweet Dreams is what I like to use. Just blend that out. And this is if you are sort of a beginner, just testing the waters with eyeshadows, this is a great application for every day. Just in the crease, a little above the crease, two colors. Like I said, if you're used to using one color, let's bump it up to two. And this is what I want to see you try. If we're going to take it up a step further, back to my purples, I'm going to go in with a shade called, drawing a blank, Justice. I'm drawing a blank, Justice. So I'm going to take that and I'm really going to kind of concentrate that in my crease, not blending outside of my crease this time. Not only that, but I'm going to take it up into what we call the outer V. So now that I've got it worked into my crease, I'm going to go in and I'm really going to kind of concentrate it out here on this outer V. And again, this is Justice. So this is our third shade. And I'm just going to sort of blend that out. One thing I do also suggest that I find very helpful is I typically keep a bare brush with no color on it next to me so that I can kind of bring that in if I need to blend anything out without mixing any more colors in. So that is our purple. Let's move it over here to our brown side. And for browns, I already used Taupe for the Best for the crease. Now I'm going to go in with Brownie Points, which is a just beautiful, rich, I always like to describe it as a true brown. Like this is a true brown with no underlying tone. It's just a true brown. So what you'll be seeing now, because I put the neutral Taupe for the Best into the crease plus outside of the crease, And then I concentrate this into the crease. So what you're seeing is the taupe for the best behind it, and you're seeing the deeper tone inside of it. So this is all about dimension. When you're contouring your face, think of it like a contour for your eyeball. You're just creating dimension. So let me blend both sides out again with Sweet Dreams. And that's as easy as the blending is. Just literally just slap it on there, clean it up on the outside. While we're talking Sweet Dreams, let me show you this because we are running low on time. I always like to throw something shimmery and light, bright into the center over my tear duct. And what that does is that just gives you like just a pop factor. What you can do if you want to intensify it is you can go in with your finger and you could just sort of dab that into just the inner corner of your eye right over your tear duct. And that's going to make your eyes look brighter, more wide awake, make your eyes look more open. You can also take, using your finger instead of a brush, because you're going to get a more intense color payoff, and you can sort of just dab a little bit of that right there in the center of your eyelid, and that's going to give you also just another pop of light, just right there in the center. Okay, we're going to go up one last step, super quick, and to me, this is the game changer. This is the game changer. I hope y'all are sitting down. I hope you're listening, taking notes, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to take it downstairs. We're going to go downstairs to the lower lash line. On the purple side, I have even a darker shade. So we used the Gilded Lily, we used Justice, and now we're going to take it to the dark side, and we're going to go just down here on the lower lash line. And this is what kicks it up a notch. The goal here is when you're looking at the outside corner of your eye, the outer corner, you definitely want to make sure that you're connecting the color on the top with the color on the bottom. And you guys, I can't tell you how many times I've heard in a one-on-one ladies who aren't used to applying their makeup this way, and they don't have their lashes on, they don't have their eyeliner on yet, they automatically feel like a raccoon. But I promise you, if you just try it, and you try it with some different colors, get your lashes on, get your brows on, it is this that takes you to the next level. Always, always, always takes you to the next level. If you have eyes that tilt downward, I would say be very careful not to go too heavy on this outside, because that is going to pull that down even more. But for most eye shapes, this is the money step. So that was purple. Let's go on with a little bit of this brown. The Brownie Points that I already used, I'm going to go in with a little bit of that, and we're going to connect the top with the bottom. And this is what's going to make people's heads turn when you're waiting in line at Walmart, because they're going to say, oh, this girl, look at what something is going on. She must be a professional makeup artist. Nope. I just put a little bit of shadow on the bottom. That's all I did. That's all it is. One other thing, I know I have to hurry. Okay, another thing, eyeliner. I use our eyeshadow as an eyeliner almost all the time, and I'll tell you why. As a maturing woman, that pencil on the top lid can become very aging. It's very heavy. You can smudge it out maybe with the brush, and that helps a little bit, but I'm telling you, there's something about the eyeshadow as an eyeliner that just gives a beautiful, sultry look. It just creates a little bit of shadow behind the lashes without being too heavy. So I'm just going to take a very small, dense brush and dust that behind. Let me clean up out here. I can always go back with my fluffy brush, the Sweet Dreams, and clean this up out here. So that's my purple side. I got eyeliner going on now, but it's not eyeliner, it's just eyeshadow. And now let's do a little brown on our brown side. And just smudge that in there. And really, you guys, it does not take a professional to be able to do this, because I'm here, I'm rushing through it in front of you guys, and it looks just as good as it can look, just like I was a professional makeup artist. You just have to be willing to try. I believe I showed you guys how you switch out the palettes. I think that's all I had to cover. Let me just, one last thing. Okay, we have some bold colors. And when I came on the scene, I think the mother hustlers were laughing at me, because every single person that came into my house left ordering Raspberry Beret. And let me just show you a little bit of magic with Raspberry Beret. So it's this bright reddish pink color, and everybody's intimidated by it, but she's not scary. She's your best friend. So what I like to do, I use these bold colors as sort of like an accent. So just every now and then when you're feeling a little frisky, just get in here and just dot a little bit of this just right in here and blend it out. It doesn't have to be over your whole eye. Just because it's your palette does not mean that it has to be one of the stars of the show. We have extras on the scene, and that's what this is. You're just going to pop a little bit here in this corner, and then you can blend it out, but it gives, you're talking to somebody and you look down and they see that, oh, she's got red on her lid. It's looking good, y'all. I love me a bold color. So do we have any questions? I can't see any of the chat, so I don't know if y'all ask me any questions. I'm on my phone. Any colors you guys want to see?
You killed it. You killed it, Wendy. It was so good. Okay, will you swatch some of the foils for me?
I sure will, and I'll show you guys something else. A little something. So your brushes matter with your makeup application, and I'll show you what you're looking at, the difference. You're going to be comparing soft versus dense. So this is fluffy, soft, very soft, so soft. This one is a killer, just stiff, stiff, stiff. So if we're going with one of our foil colors, let's go with Oasis, or no, let's talk about Eris because we didn't do greens. So Eris is a beautiful foil green. If I go in with my fluffy brush, this is the color payoff I'm going to get. Let me dig back in. Okay, so you can see it. It's beautiful. Let me get it in the light. See if y'all can see it in the light. So it's a beautiful, it has a metallic color to it. With a fluffy brush, this is what you're getting. Depending on the look you're going for, what's the end goal? If I go in with this brush, this is the color payoff I'm getting. So it totally depends on your tools. The look that you're going for, that's how you need to choose your brushes. So anything with shorter bristles, something more dense, that you're going to get a more intense color payoff. Let me just show you Oasis too. That's another foil. So this one intimidates a lot of people as well. It looks like a neon blue, but it is absolutely gorgeous. If you are a brown-eyed beauty, where are you? Raise your hand because this is your shade. Oasis, Oasis, Oasis. So we're going to put a little bit. This brush is really fluffy, so okay. I might need to get it. Hold line one. Okay. Let's do this one. Okay, so there's Oasis if you're using something fluffy and soft. Whoops. Now, if I go in with a more dense brush, and this is beautiful on the lash line. Absolutely stunning on the lash line. This is Oasis if you're using a more dense brush. Something else you can do to have more control over the color payoff that you're getting, get you a little spray bottle of water, or what I like to do because it's multi-purpose. Not only is it helping me with my application, but it's going to help my eyeshadow stay, is I just take my setting spray. I'm going to spray my brush down. And then once I go in here, so this is Dynasty. This is another foil. That's going to intensify your color payoff as well. I may have gotten that one a little too wet. Here we go. So this one is Dynasty. It's a beautiful like plum purple metallic. That's this one. That's Dynasty. So you get like a really pretty metallic. You see the shine to it. That's different from a shimmer and it's different from a matte. Just a beautiful shine. This one too. So this is Phoenix. And this is one of my very favorite shades. Y'all see that shine? So that is like the epitome of foil. And that's Phoenix. I put together, oh, where is it? I did pull some really pretty fall colors. If y'all have questions about this, you can reach out, but I pulled some colors and we don't have time to talk about them, but colors like Antique Bar, Tainted Love, Eternal Flame, these are all really, really gorgeous fall colors. I think it's great for all eye colors, but particularly my blue-eyed beauties, wherever you're at. Blue-eyed beauties, y'all go after those oranges and corals because that's going to make your blue pop big time. Any other questions?
So good.
So good. While we're talking about eye colors, we do just really quick, if you want, like, don't know how to build a palette, don't even know where to start, Limelight does have preset eyeshadow palettes. It includes 4 shades, and they are preset by professional makeup artists to the stars, specifically for your eye color. There's a brown, a green, a purple, and a hazel.
I love you. This was awesome. You should see the chat. It is like bumping right now. Everyone's singing your praises. That was so good.
I can't even see the chat. Well,
So good.
I know I went over, but I didn't get to cover like even half of what I wanted to cover. Y'all should see my notes. Still have like 3 pages of notes and stuff I wanted to cover. So
you can keep going. It's all good.
That's okay. I want to be respectful of everybody's time, but I can go into a smoky eye real quick if you want.
Yeah, do it. Do a smoky eye. Go for it.
Okay. I'm just going to turn one of these into a smoky eye. So the idea with a smoky eye, now, if you are like professional makeup artists, I know that it's a gradient. So they use maybe 3 or 4 shades to get that gradient. But if you are just a regular girl like me and you don't have a lot of time and you don't understand really the art behind like a true professional smoky eye, let me just show you how you can just get it done really quick. So let's go with a brown smoky eye. We'll go with a brown smoky eye. And this will be really quick because this is like, I do it the everyday girls, like everyday way kind of smoky eye. Let me find, so I am going to grab my pencil. And I know I just told y'all that the pencil is heavy, but when you're doing a smoky eye, it's supposed to, where is, I just used it. Oh Lord. Hang on, okay, here, let's use this one. So I'm going to go in with a black, our Enduring Gel eyeliner pencil. And y'all know once these set, you lose any kind of blendability whatsoever. So I'm going to put it on there, and then really fast, you got to attack it. You're going to smudge that out just with a small dense brush. Just really just get in there and rub it so that it kind of blends it out. And I'm going to go all the way into my corner, but y'all notice when I put it on, I stopped short, like I stopped with my pencil here because I'm going to blend it towards the inside. I don't want it really clunky towards the inside of my eye. So the idea with the smoky eye is it's very, very dark by your lashes and it gradually gets lighter. Now, I've seen smoky eyes where it goes from black to charcoal to brown. We're just going to do 2 colors. That's it. So we already have some brown here. We have Taupe for the Best and we have Brownie Points here. We're just going to go with those same colors. So all my brushes are mixed up. Okay. So we're going to throw on, we went dark was our black eyeliner right there. So now I'm going to go just a little lighter, which would be Brownie Points. That's our darkest brown shade that we used in the first look. So I'm going to go over my lower lid, just up to my crease. I'm not going to blend above my crease. I'm going to go just up to my crease. And then we'll go in with Taupe for the Best into the crease because I'm just gradually getting a little bit lighter. So the next step lighter would be that neutral brown that we used, which was Taupe for the Best. And I'm just going to take it into the crease. Now this is where I'm going to go slightly above my crease and just blend it up. So when you hear the word smoky eye, that's what it's supposed to look like, smoked out. So we're just going to blend that upwards a little bit. Now here is what makes a smoky eye a smoky eye. You know, we went just with like a little bit of shade on the bottom. Now we're going to go in all the dang way. So we're going to get that Brownie Points again. That's the rich, true brown. I'm going to put that under here, but this time I'm not going to be timid with it. I'm really going to get it under there. And when I first dip into my palette, I have the most product on my brush. So I'm going to start on the outside and then I'll work my way in because I want it to be gradually less product as I work my way in. Take it down below. Now, I am kind of looking like I have a black eye right now, but that's what we have blending for. We always go back and blend. If I can find my brush. This is not the one, make sure it wasn't the one I sprayed. So what I'll do now is my blending shade, again, Sweet Dreams, and I'll take just a tiny bit of that, and I'm just gonna just smudge all of this, blend it out, soften it at the edge. Even out here, I'm going to blend it. So let me go in with just a little bit of Brownie Points. Okay. And then what you would also want to do, I don't know if we want to wait for this, but I'm also going to get into my waterline, because what you don't want with a smoky eye is you don't want to see the flesh by your lashes. So I already tightlined before I got on here under my upper lash line, but now for my lower lash line, I can also go in on my waterline and really just cover up any flesh that would be showing behind or above those lashes. So if I had a lot more time to really, really, really perfect it, it'd probably be a little bit cleaner, but this is just like a quick, I've done this before on the fly, on a date night. And with this, you definitely go with a nude lip when you've got a smoky eye going on. And you can do that with purples, you can do it with greens. I recently did it and I absolutely loved it, was I did it with like fall colors. I did it with the like Tainted Love and Good Karma. Good Karma is a brown, it's a bold brown, but it has a bit of an orange undertone to it. So I think that personally it pairs so well with this Tainted Love. Tainted Love is so beautiful. So those are the two shades you would be looking at for like my fall smoky eye. I just recently did that and fell in love with it. But don't be afraid to get under there underneath your eye. Once you get your lashes on and you get your brows on, trust me, everything looks different. I love me some eyeshadows. Anything else y'all want to see? I showed y'all purples, I showed you greens, showed you foils. I think that about covers it, but if y'all want to see anything else, I'm happy to show you. Oh, thank you. I saw one chat pop. You know what? I'll probably have to look at the chat later. Yeah, because also when I get into the chat, oh man, I completely lost y'all. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was trying to pull up the chat, but then I realized I can't see y'all if I pull up the chat. So I hope that I answered all of y'all's questions. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you are a customer or a potential customer, you can find me on Instagram at llbeauty.wendy, W-E-N-D-Y. I know I say it like it has an I, but it's a W-E-N-D-Y. But feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I am just a lover of eyeshadows, and I'm not afraid to try it. So you are so welcome, Melissa. Oh, thank you guys. So sweet.